It's like Keystone Cops today.
What happened to your?
I don't know. It's like the Keystone Cops. You know what I mean? So ask them how they are. Go ahead. That's what you're gonna do. That's what you're gonna do.
I don't always do that.
Not always.
No, you didn't do that for a long time, and now you changed. You went back to it.
I know.
Recently, so.
Sometimes you go to little crutches. You know what I mean? Ladies and gentlemen, just so you know, before we even do our signature sign-in, we need Mel so much. There was like 2 seconds before the show. We're like, Mel, where are you? We need you. We need you here with us now. That's like a couple of old ladies now. That's what happened. We turned into a couple of old ladies down and out. So you ready?
Ready.
I'm Scott.
I'm Don.
And we're talking real estate. All right, Don. It's going to be a good show today.
I think it is.
We're going to lighten up the mood a little bit, if you know what I mean. But hey, listen, I throw them out there. I got little one-liners. There's pun intended. Absolutely.
Oh, okay.
So all kinds of good stuff happening, good things going on. We got, hecklers in the crowd trying to take illegal video of us and everything else. So that's how it goes. We got Mike Mclaughlin for the Mortgage Minute. The guy is the greatest.
Hi, Steve.
Steve Kreitz already making a half. See, look at all these high Mels. Everybody loves Mel. We said this should be the Mel show. That's what it should be. So
right, Mel, show them what you got on.
What?
That doesn't sound very good. What the heck? Talk about how I call it. It's a PG show.
Dude?
Well, you're like, think of how you said it. You're like, show what you have on. That's what I'm
there
seeing.
There you go.
So if you're lucky enough to have the Talkin Real Estate shirt, rep that thing, because I guarantee you that Steve Kreitz has got it on.
Absolutely.
A couple other folks.
Take a picture and post it.
One of my favorite ones, what's his name? A bunch of them, because they watch the show quite regularly, all of them, and they were kind of mountain in Nevada, but not Vegas, but by it. I forget the place, Laughlin or whatever.
Yeah.
And they're all pointing and stuff. It was awesome. I was like, this is epic.
Pointing at what?
Just pointing at stuff. It was like looking in the distance.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So real quick before we get all the high Mels come in, you know what I mean?
Sweet.
As all the high Mels come in, all right. You know what today is, don't you, Mel? What's today?
Superhero Day.
Superhero Day. So in the chat, guys, tell us who your favorite superhero is. We would love to know. My buddies and I have this argument all the time of who's really a superhero, who's not. You know what I mean?
Who's your guy in that podcast? Isn't he into superheroes and stuff?
Yeah, it's Steve Market for Fat Guys, a little podcast.
Yeah.
They're not defunct yet, but they love superheroes. There's big superhero people. So who's your favorite superhero, Don?
I'd have to go back old school, like maybe Batman or Spider-Man. I always like Spider-Man.
Mel, what about you?
Spider-Man does whatever a spider can.
Wow.
Spin away.
Now you get singing even, guys. You even get singing. How about that? You even get singing. What about you, Mel? Favorite superhero?
I don't have a favorite. I have a few favorites.
Give me one.
Well, I like Wonder Woman.
Of course.
But I like Thor and I like Captain America.
I do like Thor as well. I'm a big Thor guy myself. I mean, anybody that can whip around that hammer is only those that are worthy can do it now. So you couldn't do it, guaranteed.
I don't know.
There's no way in hell you could do it. You can't even do a wad anymore. I mean, are you kidding me?
Yeah, right.
Unbelievable.
Today was a struggle.
Yes, it was. Iron Man. I got Iron Man.
Iron Man.
Wonder Woman. Michelle Justice got a Wonder Woman. You got Kathy got a Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman all over the place. I'm telling you. So she has a rope that makes you tell the truth. That probably is the worst pain for men, is to be able to have to tell the truth. That's probably the worst pain, don't you think? Telling the truth? Yeah. So in the chat, guys, put your favorite superhero.
Or when you're sleeping.
Now, that definitely had to be written by a woman, that script there.
What?
That you have to do.
Yes, it did.
It says you have to tell the truth.
Absolutely, because
do you know the whole story of Wonder Woman?
No. Wait. Mel's going to tell us the story of Wonder Woman.
It's not appropriate.
Is it bad?
It's not appropriate.
Is it really not appropriate?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Guys would never think that way.
Yes, they would.
They wouldn't want that exposed. They'd want to leave those secrets.
Oh. All right, so we're gonna get back to real estate talk now. We're gonna stop talking superheroes. We went way down the road, so let's go some talking. So
what, 2 minutes.
Here's Three Stooges.
Three Stooges, really? Those are superheroes. So Mike Mclaughlin is a superhero, Superman of mortgages. We're gonna get his take, Mr. McLaughlin.
Where's the cape?
If you would light him up, man, that would be great. There he is.
Hey guys.
Hey Mike.
Aren't you Mr. Mishta?
Yeah.
It's funny that you say that because let me show you what I just got from my company, from Academy Mortgage.
Oh Jesus, this is scary.
Sweet.
Yes, that's awesome. Yes.
Is that you?
Yeah.
It's a bobblehead?
That is awesome, man. You are Mr. Mishta.
I am Mr. Mishta, exactly.
Oh, Michael said
Mishta Man is what I prefer.
Yes, you do. You'll get whatever you want, buddy.
Awesome.
So
That's saying something to be.
Well, first-
bobblehead.
I have my own bobblehead. Yes.
Bobblehead.
we do need bobbleheads, Mel. What the hell? Who was thinking about this idea?
Yeah, that's a great
It
idea.
just
We-
a light bulb.
See, light bulb went on. See, so Michael, since you
So
are
next week, if I can't get here, I'll just do this, right?
There you go.
have a voice recording. Well, this is what's going on. That would be awesome.
Well,
Here's-
first, let me say
A little twitchy.
that I like Iron Man was a really good answer. Always solid Iron Man. But a good one, Don mentioned Spider-Man, and the Spider-Man multiverse that they're going to be coming out with soon. It's going to have Andrew Garfield. It's going to have Holland. It's going to have Maguire. They're going to have all the different Spider-Mans in it.
How the hell you have all the different Spider-Mans in one movie?
Yeah, because it's the multiverse. They're like crossing universes.
But I thought if you see yourself in the multiverse, don't you die? Doesn't everybody die and the world ends and stuff? It's happening Back to the Future.
Apparently, it doesn't happen that way.
See, from Back to the Future
No,
to this.
it's like Doctor Strange. You go in a different realm or a different universe.
Oh yeah.
I don't know, Scott. I don't know if you know this, but the superhero movies,
Yeah.
they're made up.
Listen, not in my world. They're not done. Not Mike McLaughlin, Mr. Mishta. I mean, rip that shirt open, Mike. Show them what the deal is. Go ahead. Look at that. See?
Oh, I think I sprayed something.
Oh, see? So, what's the word on mortgages this week? Tell us something good.
Well, rates have they were turbulent there for a little while. They have settled down, and they're dropping just a little bit more consistently. The Federal Reserve is going to continue to keep the pressure off of mortgage rates by keeping the Federal Reserve rate at near zero, which will keep mortgage rates low. And the economy is doing well, so all those things line up for a continued great buying and selling season, as affordability will stay at a very nice level for our buyers.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Right, and that's affordability. I mean, yeah, so you keep the rate low and people can get in, right? I mean,
That's
they
right.
got other challenges and stuff like that, but the rates are relatively low. So, Michael, what else are you seeing out there? Anything else you're seeing in the mortgage world? As you know, the Mishta product now goes up to 10,000 Yep.
in a lot of zip codes in Wayne County. It's not as accessible through the rest of the state, but Wayne County, almost every city is eligible for the 10,000 over the 7,500, and it seems to be more than ever. The percentage of my business that is the down payment assistance, I think, is at an all-time high, which is great for the buyers. It's great for people to get into the home, even if they have the money. It's a way for them to keep that money in their pocket instead of having to come out. They're getting a zero interest loan that's $7,500 or $10,000 10 years from now. Doesn't accrue interest. It doesn't. You don't have to make payments on it. So it's really, if it's something that you can get, it's really a great product. Other than that, we're just working a way to keep on top of things, keep our loans closing on time, keep our clients pre-approved quickly and swiftly so they can get out there in the market. And as you guys both know, we're keeping our nose to the grindstone so that we can provide the kind of service that our clients deserve and expect.
All right, Michael. So let me throw another one at you. So that 10 grand,
Yeah.
relatively, what kind of purchase price? Can you give me a ballpark purchase price for 10
Well-
grand closing costs?
Well, I would say with the 10 grand Mishta, you can go up to maybe the $120,000 to $130,000 price range, and only need to come with 1%, $1,200 to say $1,300 all in. I had one close today. I can't remember the exact loan amount, but I got $200 back at closing. So
Hey, that's always good. Get a check at closing. You're buying a house. That's nothing wrong with that.
So,
buy a house and get a check at closing. Yep.
So, Mike, just to be clear, you can get into a buyer that qualifies for Mishta, the $10,000 down payment assistance. Is that what it is kind of considered?
Yep.
Okay. So for $1,200 or $1,300, that's all they have to pay, and they're in the house. And the rest of the money will come from the closing costs, which will include the taxes and
Insurance.
mortgage costs and the rest of the down payment.
Right. Yeah. So you're talking if we take 120,000, we'll say FHA, so that's 4,200 is the down payment itself. And then kind of a ballpark, maybe another 6,000, 7,000, depending upon the taxes. So 42 plus 6 is 10.2. Heck, you're getting 10. So even if it's 11, you're getting 10 from Mishta. You have to come up with your 1%. So $1,200, you're out the door.
Yeah. Wow.
So for like the
That's
price of a nice TV, you're buying a home.
Yeah.
I mean, really, like they can't get much easier than that.
So
You guys all know
Oh,
a house that you pay $1,000 rent for will be a $750 mortgage payment. So
Yeah.
To rent a house, if it's $1,000 per month plus 1.5 times, so it's $1,500 just to rent. You can purchase for less.
yeah, like I said, yeah, on that
100.
you got $750 mortgage payment for a house that the rent will be $1,000 or higher.
Yeah,
So-
absolutely.
Yeah. So you put $250 in your pocket
Yeah.
every month.
Because you want to buy a home. I mean, like it doesn't get. And again, we talked about this before. Mishta's a lot cleaner than it used to be. Their turn times are cleaner. There's less stuff to deal with.
Yeah, they've gotten a lot easier than they used to be. I mean, once upon a time, you couldn't have a single collection with Mishta. Now for most things, they just go off of what we do. They go off of Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac's guidelines. But sometimes they still have some things that are unique to them, and that's where it's important to know their guidelines inside and out.
Yeah, and you do.
Yeah,
you do. You're the legend. I'm telling you, Michael. You're always the best. All right. Next week, if we see the bobblehead, we'll know what happened.
Yeah.
All right. And I will tell you this: every time I throw around, hey,
It's identical. Twins.
you crack me up, brother. Before I see my pants laughing, we're gonna let you go. We'll see you next week.
All right, guys. It's a pleasure, as always.
See you, bud. Be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, McLaughlin's the man.
Yeah.
He really is. I'll tell you this. When I say he's, my preferred lender and stuff like that, people go, "Oh, really? Okay, I know him." Like, Academy has not been in our area for maybe 5 years, 4, 5, 6 years now. They definitely got a stranglehold on it. I mean, they're easier. They make it easier.
When you talk to him and you listen to hear what he has to say about it, the confidence I have in him personally, to refer him to buyers, it's so easy because he knows what he's doing, and it just makes the job of buying, the responsibility of buying a home so much simpler. When you have two people on the team and a really good solid agent and a really good solid mortgage rep as a team working together to help you get a house, and it just makes it much easier for all parties, especially for a buyer, because there's some crazy stuff that happens through the process of buying. So
yeah, absolutely.
Great job.
So all right. So next up, guys, we're going to want to talk about our deep dive is going to be about light. But we wanted to do this. How much natural light do you notice the amount of natural light that you have in your rooms? We don't see it in the chat. Yes, I do. No, I don't. I have a couple clients they're very specific about natural light, and it's really made me over the past time I've been working with them to really be aware of how much natural light is in a room.
Yeah. Is it? Yeah. That's a really, really good, important topic to me personally. I love to see light. When we wake up in our house, we open up the shades, the windows, and people can see in. We don't care. We just want the sun streaming in. And we have a family room, and the family room is in the back of the house facing the south. So during the winter, the sun is lower in the sky, and that sun would be just beating, coming in during the days on sunny days during the winter, just coming in. You could just lay on the floor and take a nap. And when my son was young, we'd be on my chest, and I'd fall asleep. He would fall asleep. It was just really good memories from that sun just streaming into the house. So
that's Warm Memories with Don Lawrence. We're going to play some mood music next time it happens.
Well, we had we'll be talking about mood in a little bit.
So guys, throw in the chat. Does natural light mean to you? I mean, does it depend on each room? Does it make you feel more open? I mean, what? Like Don said, for him, it was like just the warmth of it, right? And just the brightness. Yeah. So some people are like that. Some people are not. Mel, what about you?
Well, I was in an apartment for 7 years.
Yeah.
And there was just the door wall in my bedroom and my daughter's room. But it was just not that much light.
To change your mood a little bit now, you have more light.
You were just in a basement, you know. I mean, even
Yeah.
a basement sometimes has more light, but
yeah. So going and talking about basements and light and looking at it. When I recently I was sick and my wife wanted me in the basement, and I said, "No way, no way, I'm not going in the basement." And I ended up in our bedroom. I had it on myself for a while there. But there's a window looking out to the back, and I had the shade open. I was looking out that window every day, especially there were some really sunny days.
So, was he like the sad little kid looking out the window? Did you make the sad
exactly what I think my neighbor behind me was thinking.
You're writing little notes.
Oh my God! Let that man free! Let that man free!
That would have been nice.
Free Don Lawrence!
Nice.
All right, guys, in the chat, free Don Lawrence! Free Don Lawrence! Free that man!
So I'm personally a big in my household we're big natural light fans.
Right, and I just say because I mean it meant something to me before because the feature of the home, but like they were very adamant about it. And it just makes me. I walk in a room, I go, this guy. I mean, I can tell you within seconds.
See,
if it's got good natural light.
That's awesome. Man, you learn something.
You have to. You
about
have
people.
to.
Yeah, that's good.
Do you have buyers or sellers, or actually buyers, that are really specific about east or west
Yep,
lighting?
exposure. That's the other thing. They're big exposure folks too because of that lighting, right? Because of where the sunsets are going to be and stuff. Absolutely.
Yeah, they want certain.
Yeah, and it's
bedroom.
not. It's just again that light feeling, right? That light feeling. Free Don Lawrence. Yeah, he's free now, but he was in that room holding up little signs. Please help me, let me out.
I know
So-
for me, like my apartment the door wall was west, so it was super hot in my house.
Because the light and heat was coming in. Yeah, yeah. So that's the other thing I think about too with lots of light is getting some heat too.
Yeah.
So guys, we want to talk about, and we're gonna roll through this relatively quickly because we don't want to be ridiculous. But when we're talking about
We
lighting,
are ridiculous. What are you talking about?
yes, we are. True.
All right, so let's talk about lighting.
Right.
Right?
So yeah. So I guess my first question on it, this is just a question to answer thing between you and I would think bulbs most important. Yes.
I think natural light first.
Yep. Natural light first.
How much natural light can you get during the day? And of course, at nighttime, you need light. You need lighting fixtures. You need light bulbs, and that's one of the things. Ambient lighting. What kind of lighting are you trying to provide? What kind of ambient lighting inside? So it could be natural and artificial, which would be either lights from the ceiling, lamps. It could even be candles.
Yeah.
Yes.
Indirect lighting.
Listen.
So
My son asks me all the time. I told him, I go, look. One day you're going to come in this house. It's going to be all candlelit everywhere because I think candlelight is awesome.
yeah,
I love candlelight, but it's not. It's the same thing with the Edison bulbs, right? It's very intimate light, right? But it's not. If you have a lot of people in a big space, it's not going to get it for you. You're going to be like looking at each other half in the shadows in the dark.
Yeah,
Oh, you think?
Absolutely you need lights, but that's just an accent. That's just something in addition to light bulbs or lamps and things like that.
Aesthetics.
My neighbor, yes. My neighbor introduced my wife to lights. They're candles. And they have a light, but it's by battery operated. Yeah, it's got a flicker on it,
Yeah.
and it looks just like a candle. It's pretty cool. And
Where are you putting those? Like on the front of your house?
no, inside the house.
Oh, inside the house?
Yeah,
Because
inside
I
the
know
house.
sometimes you can put them on your garage, like a lantern,
Yeah, I've
like
seen
in
some of those
New
light
Orleans
bulbs.
and
Those
stuff.
are light bulbs, aren't
Like the
they?
gas light bulbs. Yeah.
Yeah, this is a little flame, and it's pretty cool. But my wife also lights candles too, because it has that smell.
You don't get that
Yeah.
soot in the house either.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
You don't get that soot in the house from all the candles.
Yeah.
that's true. That's true.
But I don't see a lot of that, and I don't know if it's a candle she uses or what. But
So okay, so
So,
then
yeah.
think about that. So let's talk fixtures, right? So sometimes you like fixtures because they're like a statement fixture, right?
Yes,
like a
absolutely.
chandelier deal,
statement piece,
or
yes.
like a lot of wrought iron, or iron things are all drapey and kind of big and stuff like that, right? Now that's the opposite of can light in the ceiling, right?
Yes, exact opposite. I mean, 180 degrees easily. And when you have a statement piece, that's something that's going to be a conversation piece for the most part, or it's going to draw your eye to it. Either you're going to feel more comfortable, or you're going to feel excited, or whatever the case may be. So I think
the room.
Well, also like I have,
enhances the room. Yes.
so like I have one for the dining room table that's got Edison bulbs in it, and it's wood, so like a wood circular deal.
Yeah.
It's cool looking.
It's cool looking. Yeah,
It looks cool looking, but when you crank that thing up, it's not getting. You're not having a big meeting at that table. It's not happening. This is
It's
happening.
not lighting up the whole room,
Right.
but it's just accent. And
Right.
It's a perfect spot for dining.
So okay, let me throw this at you. Would you, to make a small room feel bigger, would you go with candle lights to give you a more roomy feel?
I don't think so. I think it seems to me that can lights should be in larger rooms.
Okay.
That's just my opinion. From going through houses and what we have in our house, we have decent sized kitchen. So we have can lights in our kitchens. Recessed.
Would you ever do both for
We have
different
those.
timing?
You know, you go in some houses that have that.
Yeah.
They have them in the ceiling in the living room dining area, and then they're going to have lamps.
So I guess
It's
here's
accent.
what I
It's
think.
accent
Here's what I
part.
think. Like you said, big rooms you got to go with can lights for some way, shape, or form. You
It
have
helps,
to,
I think
right?
so. I think
And
it helps.
hallways,
Yeah.
right? Hallways, because you want those to feel big. Like you want that open feeling. You don't want that real tight feel within a hallway, right?
Yeah, I agree.
But right,
Very
but you want accent type lighting in your dining space, maybe a little bit in your kitchen, your family room, because you don't need that fireball coming at you light all the time.
Right.
You don't need it washed out and fish bowling, right? You don't need that. So here's the one that I'm going to use a bad word. That pisses me off all the time is switches. You ever go to those houses where it's got the flat thing and you touch it with your hand and either like you got to scroll it up or tap it, it shuts up. Who in the hell came up with that?
Yeah. You don't know if you're holding
the
on.
dimmer.
Yeah,
it could
like
be
it's
different
it's
in your
crazy. Like you touch it once, it shuts everything off. You're scrolling around, all of a sudden it goes. I'm like, I never know what the hell's happening. And I look like an idiot. I'm like, I'm sitting there trying to let people like, you okay? You getting that light going? It's like, come
Just
on.
put the lights on.
I know.
You never turned light on before?
I mean, like that's the kind of one that makes you want to get Alexa to turn the lights on because you get so pissed. You're like, come on.
Oh, help. Turn the light on.
I mean, how hard is it to get the little knob thing go like this, right? I get it.
That's old school. I don't even know if they make those things.
I don't know if they do.
I think they do. But
You know?
Yeah, you have to go get them at the dollar store or something.
I guess that little tap. I'm like, come on with the tap, right?
Yeah, tap.
Like it needs instructions. Tap twice to turn light off. Scroll. I mean, like it's killing me.
Yeah.
Battery operated candles. Kathy Cordy agrees with
There
you
you
now.
go. Yep.
And Donna, she uses the that's
With
it.
the
So-
remote.
those
Yes.
luminaire candles, those are awesome.
With the remote, yeah. Okay, so dimmer switches, but there's other switches out there too besides dimmer switches.
Well, what else you got?
You know what? I got a.
Well, so I think there's ones. There's like progressive ones. Like they got 4 buttons to touch, like little buttons or something to touch. I've seen those before, right? Those are something.
Yeah.
Just play it on off. I like just playing on off. I'm like an on off kind of guy.
So I have one in our dining area where you turn it on. It's on or off, but when it's on, there's a slider next to it.
Yeah, the dimmer.
The dimmer and the up or down.
Mhm.
And I'll tell you, you touch that, it's up or it's off. You know, it could be off, and you think it's on, and so
I was told some of the older switches, like the flip ones, those are considered fire hazards because if you don't fully flip it up, it kind of makes that crackle noise, and that can start a fire.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Wow. Holy smokes.
That's a really.
Ladies and gentlemen, have you seen Mel? She's definitely taking a bigger role today. So pretty soon it's gonna be the Mel Scott and Don show. Pretty soon we'll get her out here. I promise you.
MSD
Yeah, that's right. We'll MSD. Wow.
What?
MSD.
or MDS.
Yeah. So we got those things.
What is that?
Our initials.
Yeah. Goofy. So big things: bulbs, switches, the type of light you're using. I guess the other one would be a statement piece. I guess the other one would be at least have some commonality, right?
Yeah.
In a room.
Keep the theme consistent. Yeah.
Right. Like
Same
if you
finishes.
right, same kind of finish. Yeah, that's the biggest thing. Like if you don't see that, you kind of look and go, what the hell's going on here? If they're different finishes.
Yeah. Sometimes with that, but sometimes some people have a really good eye for that sort of stuff and can put two things that don't even
Black
look
and wood or
similar.
something.
Yeah, something really. It's amazing. Some of the people that can decorate out there, women and men.
Yeah.
You go through some of these houses, like, wow, that's a really good idea. That's the one thing about our business. What we do is sometimes I go through a house and I see something that I like that really is unique or something I've never seen before, and I'll take a picture or two of it and show my wife. Say, hey, what do you think of this?
But he'll forget about it when it's what Realtors See. He'll forget that. That's what he
forget
forgets
about
about.
that.
So guys, we just wanted to have like informal about lighting, right? Because it feels like we talk about a lot of other things, and there's just some things like that we just kind of let slide. So if you got any lighting ideas, post them in the chat. If there's anything, any rules of thumb you have, because we were looking through rules of thumb and things like that. Some of the formulas out there for what kind of wattage or what kind of diameter of the light is like way too much math. It was like calculus math for me. I had to like start writing it on my hand to get it going. So
I think I remember that one. So if you multiply or you add the room, add the width and the length of the room. So 10 by 12 or 10 by 10, just to make it simple.
Yep.
Is
20.
And convert that to inches. So it's 20 inches.
Yep.
That's how big the light fixture would be in that size of room, maximum
Oh, I didn't even know that.
That's not a bad one. I mean, that's not bad. The other one was crazier. I'm like, I have no idea what the wattage of the bulb. So, guys, if you take one thing away from our lighting discussion, try that. Go whatever length width your room is, add them together, turn that to inches, and then see how big the fixture is round. Right? That's pretty easy.
So, and just I think maybe put the nail in the coffin. You were talking about which bulbs to use. I mean, you have LEDs. You have LEDs are they've really gotten
better.
Much better.
More expensive, or they're more affordable.
A little more affordable, but they're more
Energy efficient.
Energy efficient and
User
versatile.
Yeah.
There's different uses you can use for it. So, for example, I have fluorescents in my garage, and they don't always work. The fluorescent tubes, and we just got some from a company that my wife works for a conglomerate, and they own different companies, and they had this sale on.
You notice he didn't plug it right there. He was very careful. He was very careful.
Yeah. So we got these two fluorescent lights, good price, really good price on it. And it took me 3 hours to put these things up, and they're already the bulbs are.
Did you see that one fixture you can get at like Lowe's or Home Depot? It like screws into a regular light socket.
Is it an LED?
Yeah.
And is it kind of long?
They're kind of long, but
that's what I want. I'm looking for that.
And they're super bright.
Yeah, super bright. So I went on a market analysis in this house. In the garage, this guy had those in there. I mean,
or
it must have
or
10
something.
of them.
Yeah.
It was so bright. I'd never seen them before. And I swear to God, he said Home Depot, and I've been there, and I've not seen them. And I must not be looking in the right place. But yeah, that's what I want to put in my garage.
Light department, Don. The light department. That's what you got.
Or the ceiling fans, maybe the ceiling fans.
Ceiling fans, absolutely.
You ever go to Home Depot or Lowe's and try to find somebody to help you?
I never do. Yeah. Order on Amazon. That's like order on Amazon. I'm looking, send it back.
All right. Enough with the lighting.
Yeah, enough with the lighting. So
I like that topic though, because we don't usually do something like that.
What about outdoor lighting? I like
that's
the house lit up.
Yeah, that's a whole different discussion. I see lots. I tell you about outdoor. I tell you what I see. Lots of Edison strings.
Yeah.
Lots of Edison strings.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, like on the house, like up against the brick and
underneath,
showing off the trees and
or uplight, something like that.
Yeah, I love uplights.
That's good stuff. That's definitely good stuff. All right, so what Realtors See, Don? This one, this is creepy. Okay, I try to get a better angle picture of this, but we walked in.
You nailed it, really.
So click that and then make it big. Use it the 4 box to the right. Yep, right there. So there it is. There was a classroom like with little chairs. This isn't a basement with like
house.
Right, and it was like it looked like a prison school or something like that. There was those 3 chairs. There was 2 little desks. They staged it that way. It was creepy. Yeah. Every person that went and was in our party of a tour in the house was like, that's creepy.
Yeah.
It was definitely creepy, man. So when you're trying to stage, please don't stage the creepy schoolyard.
Yeah,
all right.
Those are old chairs. I think that's what it is. How old they are.
Yeah, it was old desks too.
Yeah.
It was old desks too. So if those chairs look familiar to you, you went to school a long time ago, just like me.
I think they're playing Hangman too.
They are, and one says it's the line from Shawshank. It's somebody was here and then Red was here too. Like that's what's written there too. Yeah. It was creepy, man. I'm like, I gotta get out of this house. So so definitely don't set up the fake classroom in your basement in the cinder block walls. That's one. I got one more. You have to minimize the screen and find it. Yep.
This one?
Yep. It's already there it is right there. Here you go. So go back to Restream. Yep.
Is it that one?
Yeah, you gotta go up to it.
Click to the left, go up to the left, click it. There you go. Now share that. Now it should be able to go to share again. Yep. And then click it again. Yeah. And then go to Chrome tabs or Windows, one of those two. There it is. So I saw this. Restream's in the bottom.
Oh my gosh.
There it is. So I saw this right here. Make that big for us, if you wouldn't. How many folks are fans of Minnie Mouse? Any Minnie Mouse fans in their crowd? So the buyer, they babysit for a little girl friend of mine, a young man that I coach his daughter. And like, I found her room, like they saw that. So there's still kids that love the old stuff, the old Minnie and Mickey Mouse stuff.
Like, no, that's mommy's room.
There's adult women that love Minnie Mouse. You see them.
So if you like Minnie Mouse, in the chat, let us know you love Minnie Mouse. If you love Minnie Mouse, put it in the chat for us. Put it in the chat for us, please, if you love Minnie Mouse. We would love to hear from you, all the Minnie Mouse aficionados of the world, right? So, Don, I want to add one last segment in before we go, and it's you and I have little things there. Yeah, little things. The third one from the bottom on the right hand side.
What are you talking
On
about?
the right hand side. Third one from the bottom.
Up.
Oh,
There you
this
go.
one?
Yep.
Okay.
So we want to share little things with you. Little things involved in real estate. Just quick, like 1 minute tips, right? So here's my 1 minute tip, Don. How to deal with the utilities getting changed over. That's my comment. Throw at you. You tell me how you would
It's
do
a
it.
big thing.
Right? I had people like they're just baffled about what happens with the utilities. Okay, not again. If there's some discrepancy and thing, that's one thing. But just in normal sales, like people think you got to shut something off and turn something on.
Right.
Tell us the real deal.
Well, so just to go back to that, if you come from that perspective of I need to get that utility, gas and electric out of my name, what do you want to do? You want to shut it off, right?
Right.
So it makes sense,
Transfer.
but that's not the right thing to do. The right thing to do is have it transferred or a final reading. And I just had a seller I was talking about today. He goes, you call tomorrow, DT, we're closed today. Call tomorrow or today, call DT, tell them you want to have a final reading on the gas and electric. They're going to send you the new bill, tell them a new buyer's buying a house and that they're going to put it in their name. You don't want the utilities turned off. And most times DTE will ask the questions to make sure that doesn't happen.
Right.
But sometimes they don't. And then they're scheduling a shut off and somebody's going over there turning off the gas and it costs the buyer, I think it costs the buyer money to turn it back on.
Right. So I had one just to close in Redford, and the seller called, and she had to meet the people. She had to meet the people, the utility people over there at like a window of time, and to shut off. I go, no, you don't want to do that. I go, you don't want to do that.
Right.
You just transfer it.
Right.
Yeah, really? Yeah. That's why you're never going to be on our show, Sam, because you're way too inappropriate, buddy. That's why. Sam Abdullah, you're killing me.
Sam, I love you, buddy.
You are killing me,
I'm
man.
glad to see you. I haven't seen you on the show in a while. So,
Yeah. So that's how you can take care of utilities. You transfer them. That's typically 95% of the time you just transfer.
Yeah.
Buyer puts it in their name, and then that's it.
Yeah.
Pretty easy.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
all right.
Yep.
All right. So the signature sign off. Mel's all fired up, so she better do a great job of signing off today. No ridiculousness. Here we go. Ready?
Bye, Sam.
Bye, Sam. You sassy boy. I'm Scott,
I'm Don.
I'm Mel.
and we're talking real estate.